This is a recording of showing off the game I made for the game development project. This is Game Maker Studio 2, the start page. Thing I did was use these tutorials. It was this first game, the drag and drop one they use, which shows off how to go through and look at their own drag and drop programming software, which is a little bit easier than looking at the coding, which is the reason I did that. This is the actual game. And if you go through here, you can see that it brings up each sprite you make. Um, that is a thing for the tutorial videos, so they're playing right next to your workspace where you're seeing things. But if you bring up each sprite, you can edit the sprites themselves. And then tile sets is for the background of the game, sounds for whatever sounds you put in, change the fonts for things. Objects is where you do most of your programming. For this one, it was all drag and drop menu, like I said. They have a basically visual method of programming on this one. So you can see when you tell it to do something, the white line say it goes to this next. The green line says if something happens, do this. And it kind of shows up in a visual sense so you can see your code easier. But it's the same thing as coding itself. So that was super helpful when I was doing it. And the same thing is on all of the objects in your game that you're using. And then they showed up an enemy spawner, which how to make the enemies spawn continuously. As I said in my write-up, they didn't finish it, so I could block it off or block off the game area or have an end for how many points you get. So I guess I'll just get into demonstration of the game. They put in an IDE runner because this is an IDE program itself. So if you hit F5 or click this button up here, you'll be able to run it and test the game while you're programming it. So you can change things. So this is the game. And you just move around with arrow keys and shoot the enemies and score as high as you can. And then if you move over, it'll scroll for a certain amount to show the whole view. And then you can keep going off the screen because it's not blocked off. But once an enemy touches you in the hitbox you can set up, it restarts the game. And that's about it for the whole explanation of the game.